Uh, Welcome to the VDNG Podcast with Donny and Ash.
It's me. I'm
It's
here.
it's him. We're playing the intro.
Oh shit!
Oh, what do you mean? What happened?
my water, my water bottle like fell over.
Was it open?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Are you sure you don't gotta like clean it up? I can like.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I like specifically have another desk like next to my desk that's a little lower so that I don't like risk anything. I can put my water down next to me.
Yeah, I have a corner desk now, so like I can just set my water down
Oh,
away from my computer and away from the electronics, and nothing bad happens.
yeah, I guess you have like the corner desks are so fucking dope.
I like mine. I recently moved my room around, so now it actually fits in the corner now. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty neato.
Yeah, that's dope. I kind of wish I had bought one, but also at the same time, like I didn't choose to rearrange my room where it would actually fit until now. And if I would have tried to put that in the other way, I never would have been able to get it here. So, and I like my
Yeah,
room the way it is.
I gotcha.
Yeah. How you doing, Ash?
I'm alive. I'm here. Not done much today. Today is my day off, so I've just been doing my thing. Just been playing games and all that sort of stuff. I
Hell yeah.
recently um I recently started looking at like God of War and all that sort of stuff, and I've been watching a bunch of cutscenes from the first few games and all that, and just going deep into that. I don't know how I started getting into it, but that's what I've been doing for a lot of the day, just watching stuff from that.
Mm. You just like fell down a rabbit hole.
I
Have
fell
you?
down a rabbit hole, and it's really fun, and I'd probably play the games if I had the attention span to do it.
Have you never played any of them?
I have not played any of them. We have like the PS. We have the original game on PlayStation 2, I think, somewhere, but I never like actually played it, and I never had any interest in playing it until I started looking at it recently.
Mm.
But yeah, it seems like a really fun series. I
Yeah.
watched I think I started watching like God of War 4 stuff and like comparing that to like the original trilogy and just looking at the main character and all that. I'm just like, holy shit, this story is pretty neato, if I have to say so myself.
Yeah, I never played any of the like earlier ones. Um and I started playing is 4 is like the newest one, right? Like with the Norse mythology, or is that a different one?
Yeah, the 2018 one.
Yeah. I like started playing the 2018 one just
Mhm.
like on my friend's account, and it just like didn't really grab me. I know I got to go back and play it because I've heard so many good things about that game, and I really like hack and slash games.
Yeah.
But I just like need to get back around to it. Uh, and it's on PC now, I think. So might be
Yeah,
a
I think
better
all
way to
the
play
games
it.
are on PC. So,
Yeah, I might wait and see if they like do a re-release on the PS5 with the updated stuff and play it on there. But
yeah.
um,
Oh shit, Spider-Man's coming to PC.
yeah, Spider-Man is coming to PC. I'd imagine Miles will come to PC at some point too, but they're probably holding that
Yeah,
one for now.
they said Miles is coming at some point later on. I
Oh,
think OG Spider-Man is coming in out in August, and then Miles is coming out in September. I think that's what they
okay,
said.
that makes sense. They're also
Yeah.
bringing The Last of Us to PC.
Are they?
Yeah, they announced that yesterday at the Game Awards, or the Game Awards, the Summer Games Fest or whatever the fuck. Um,
Yeah.
and like they're remaking the first part of The Last of Us like with PS5 technology in mind, and they're also bringing it to PC apparently.
That's cool.
Also, like a Last of Us show coming out at some point. Like I think
Yeah, I've been hearing about that for like the past few years. So.
Yeah, I think like shooting on that is wrapping like literally today, so or wrapped
Oh.
today, I guess. So I don't know how long wrapped to like it coming out is, but I'm kind of excited for that. I like just played through The Last of Us like last month, and then they announced the remake, but uh Yeah, it should be
Oh,
cool. That was a really good game.
yeah. I looked at a few cutscenes from it and saw a few story bits from it, and it seems pretty interesting. Don't know
Yeah.
if I'd have the patience to like go through it at all or anything like that, but from what I've seen, like it seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty grabbing game. Like I started playing it and it never like I never once was like I want to take a break from this or like I never had anything like that. It was always like I'm going to do something else and then like I immediately want to get back to playing that game. So,
Yeah.
and not every game grabs me like that.
Yeah, it really takes a lot for like there's not a lot of games that do that for me.
Mhm.
Like I don't I don't remember like the last like story driven game that did that for me.
I think
It's been a while.
every time I replay New Vegas it's like that for me.
Yeah.
Like I'll make a character and I'll start playing and I'll be like this game is so good and I'll like play that whole game again and like look forward to it every night and shit.
And be disappointed that no attention has been paid to it ever since.
True. No one has ever talked about New Vegas.
No one has ever talked about the underrated Fallout game New Vegas.
Underrated.
Underrated. Absolutely.
I actually
Nobody talks about it.
I'm like just now playing the DLC for the first time. Uh I like started Old World Blues like once a while ago, but I did Dead Money first, which I know is like the controversial one.
Hmm.
I don't know how you
Go ahead.
have you played the DLCs? Like all of them?
I think I played through Old World Blues first, and then I dropped the game afterwards. So I only played through one of the DLCs. It's a really good game. I just did a lot like in the base game to the point where I just
You felt
started to lose
done?
interest. Yeah, I felt done basically.
Yeah, I get that. I'm like feeling that a little bit. When I started Dead Money, like because that one is such like a departure from the rest of the game. Do you know about like have you played Dead Money or do you know anything about it?
Mhm.
So Dead Money is the one that's like kind of infamous and like not popular because they take away all your shit. So you're like starting from nothing and it's like got weird gameplay loops. Like there are areas where you have like a an explosive collar on and there are areas with radios and if the radio like you're in the radius of it for too long, you just fucking die. And so there are a lot of areas centered around like you got to get through here and either find the radio or like blow it up or get through the area without like standing there too long or you'll just die.
That actually
Um
sounds pretty interesting.
it's interesting. It was kind of annoying at first and then like I sat down and read a bunch of the reviews and I was like, I'm just being a baby. It's like a fun departure and it's not that long.
Yeah.
And then I just played through the rest of it and like yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I
Oh, I think I played through. Oh, sorry.
it gets too much flack is all I was gonna say. Like it's just like different, but can't have all of the gameplay be the same. I mean, you would just like steamroll that DLC if you had your stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I also played through Honest Hearts, the
Oh,
one
okay.
with Mr. Birdman,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
whatever his name is.
I haven't gotten to Honest Hearts or Lonesome Road yet. I'm looking forward to those two. I feel like all of the DLCs are kind of. I mean, the rest of them are like well rated, but like
Hmm.
the story wise stuff they do, I think is a little divisive because it gives like backstory to your character. Um,
Oh, does it?
Yeah, Lonesome Road is about the like the divide and the other courier, the one who declined to deliver the platinum chip. So, there's like some backstory stuff there about like how you got the job and your connection with the old courier and stuff.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Because I think like 6 people before the courier like declined to deliver the chip, and that dude specifically like I think wanted the main character to deliver the chip. I haven't like done the whole thing, but I just remember seeing people talk about that like as a bad thing because like, one of the best things about role playing games is you can fully make up what happened beforehand. At least in my
Yeah, I
mind.
mean, I can see that. I mean, I don't mind like a little bit of backstory, like to any sort of character that you start to that you start it with in an RPG like that. Like as long as I guess as long as you're able to like uh to to able as long as it's flexible enough to make it what you want to make it
Not
for.
Fallout 4.
Not Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. More
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
That
Mass Effect did a really good job of that, I think,
yeah, you
with
have
the
like
three
vague
back.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a vague backstory. You have quests related to your backstory that you can do that can help flesh out uh, what your experience before the games were like. That was good for me. So,
If Fallout 4 just did that, like I just don't like being railroaded into like your former military. You like have a wife and were married and a kid and everything. Just
yeah,
because,
it makes you feel like you have to fit into a narrative, and
yeah,
it also affects the gameplay choices too because like you have this background and everything like that, so you're not like able to make a choice that you would have otherwise been able to do.
yeah, you're not like fuck my kid. I don't want to go save him. It's like no, like I just interacted with this kid and he was like a baby, and so like you play it and you're like, well, I gotta go focus on saving the fucking kid. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Like I'm not gonna side
I think
quest
I think Fallout 3 has the same problem too, like
for
except
sure.
the opposite way around. It's like it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like you have to make it like something that's flexible, I guess.
It's a role playing game, and
Yeah,
I mean, I guess they give you a role, but I like
they give
making
you a
up.
role.
I like making my own role. I get railroaded like I'm playing a Tyler D&D session.
Mm.
I don't think
Tyler
anybody's gonna.
D&D.
I don't think anybody's gonna listen to this, but Tyler would like be cursing me out right now. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not gonna explain the joke. Let's go to some topics. You got some topics?
I got some topics. Let's see. I was you talked about like getting a new job recently in real life,
Yeah.
not in the video game world, unlike other some other people. But I heard about that and I was like thinking about like strange experiences I've had like working at my job and all that. So I just wanted to share that with you real quick and see what you wanted to add into that. So I work retail, right? So this happened a while ago, but one point, like later on in the night, like I'd say like an hour before close, I encountered a guy with this like hat, and it looked like a cool hat, and like upon further inspection, it was an Evangelion hat. And I was like, hey, that's a really nice hat, dude. And he's like, oh, thanks. And it's like, yeah, really cool. And then he walked by me, and I noticed, oh shit, it was like an it was like a Unit One like hat. It had the pattern and all that, and had the face on the front. And I noticed as he was walking past me, the jacket he was wearing was purple. I was like, uh huh. And I looked down, and I saw that his pants were also purple. I was like, okay. And then I looked further. They both had the Eva Unit 1 like patterns all over it. So like this guy passed me. He was fully decked out in Evangelion drip.
He was
I was like
dripping.
he
Get this man
he
a
was
towel.
he was decked out. I was like, holy fucking shit.
That's awesome.
I was like, holy Jesus Christ. I will never see anything like that again.
Yeah, he said nice hat, and the dude like looked down. And he was like, "What the fuck is the rest of my outfit then?"
He he knows like, so he walked out. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Damn.
I don't know. Have you had any like weird experiences so far? I know you just started your
Yeah,
job,
it's
so it's like,
been 2 days. The main thing is that my friend who got me hired, Dart, looks pretty similar to me. Like he's also got long hair and like it's pretty curly. His hair is more brown than mine, but like,
yeah.
and the first day we were both wearing ponytails, and I swear, like, more than half of all customers who spoke at any point were like, "Dude, are you two related?" And then like today's second day, and I like decided to do a bun, and he had a ponytail, and so,
Yeah.
but still, people walked in. At least like two or three people were like, "Yeah, when I walked in, I thought Dart was wearing his hair differently," and then, and then I started talking to you.
So like that's happened to me once, like with my team lead. Like I at some point, like I'm growing out my hair, and at some point it was curly enough and like looked the same enough for him to look like his. And we were out bringing like orders out for guests and all that, and like one of the people like we were talking to was like, "Are you two brothers?" I was like, "No, why not? No." But I also wanted to say you have like several clones that just sort of wander around town, like my area. I think I
I
told
think you've told me about them before, but
I told you about I think I told you about the one who works at McDonald's. Like the one that I saw like a while back that I was going to the drive-through area and I looked at the guy like taking my money on all that. I was like, wait, what? It took me a while. I was like, no, that's not D. That's not D. He's
it
not
couldn't
here. He
be.
doesn't work at McDonald's. And then there was another guy who worked at my workplace for a bit. He looked exactly like you as well, just a bit taller. I was like, hey, non, no, that's not right either. It's like that moment where you have to like recognize that no, like the time and place where this person ought to be is not the same as what it is right
Yeah,
now.
you thought I like dimension, like I just ripped a hole in space time and hung out in fucking Hendersonville
Yeah, you ripped a hole in space and time just to fuck with me.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely like seen a few people that I'm like, is that me?
Is
And
that
then I'm
me?
like, wait a second, think about that,
Hang on,
Donnie.
hang on. Is that
Yeah,
me?
yeah, and it's also like with my actual brother, like me and him will like look at each other and be like, man, we don't look that similar, but people always like either instantly know or like will actually be a little confused, and I just don't see it. I guess because he's my brother and like I've looked at him, like I've spent my whole life like looking at my brother, so I never think of him as like looking similar to me. It's just like, oh, that's another dude.
You can notice the key features, I think,
Y-
when
Yeah,
other people are, yeah.
I think humans have like a much better eye for that than I give credit for. I also like I'm not good with faces, and I'm like kind of worried because I'm 2 days in, and if we have regulars, I don't know how I'm gonna know them because every time I take an order, it's like panic for me. Like, okay, here's everything they got. I'm not even gonna look at what they got. I'm just gonna scan it. Do you want your receipt? Can you sign for me, please? Can I see your ID? And like, I don't know how people remember like what they get. Like how do I look at a dude and I'm like, oh, you're the dude who gets like two Jack Fires and a regular Jack. I just
Oh, yeah, yeah, you can't recognize that, right?
it's like hard for me. My friend who I'm working with, like he knows a bunch of them. Like a few times they've walked in and I've been like trying to help them out, and he just like walks over and he's like, "Here, they want this and this." I I I just don't have like the brain to remember that kind of stuff. Like that's not. I'm really bad
Yeah.
with. I'm really bad with faces and names.
Yeah, I have really bad comprehension with that too. Because like at our work, like whenever I'm bringing out orders and all that, there's a few regulars that come like every few days or like every week or 2 weeks or so, and I know I can recognize the name, but I can't recognize anything else about them. I can't recognize the car, I can't recognize the face or anything like that, although they probably know who I am, and that makes me a bit
Mhm.
but I know people I know people I recognize people who work at McDonald's. The McDonald's drive-in that I go to. I recognize some other people too, but like, yeah, I know what you mean though. Like I can't like I can't remember that much
Yeah,
about people who come through. Like I can't like instantly go, yeah, that's what they want or whatever.
yeah. I also like realized today that there's always like those Twitter posts that people talk about like customers making the same joke and like how you're tired of hearing it or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
well, I guess it's free if it doesn't scan. I don't really like
Yes, it's
thinking
free.
about it. That I feel like that makes it more interesting to me. Like I really don't mind it. I know it's like the same joke that everyone makes, but it's like that's how fucking like dad humor is.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, it kind of like spices up the day to have someone try to interact with you. Um,
hmm
I
It's
don't know.
cordial.
Yeah, like I enjoy talking to customers, so I don't mind if they want to joke around. It makes my day easier. It's way easier when you have business than like when I'm just sitting there like staring at the cameras or stalking or whatever.
I enjoy talking occasionally.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm like a social butterfly, but I do enjoy like talking to customers for the most part. I am also like extremely like I didn't do much, like actual physical labor today. It was mostly me sitting at the counter and like, doing the register. But
Yeah.
dude, I'm like so exhausted just from like talking to people, which I guess is
So
from being introverted, but
yeah, that could probably be part of it. I mean, just work in general, honestly. Like from what I've like experienced, it can be a drain, like no matter what.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
especially no, like especially if you, like to me, it's like if it's like if you label it as work, it instantly becomes like a bit more exhausting than if it would not be. Like
sure.
if it's just like an activity that I can participate in, it's like it's not too bad. But like if I know it's work, it becomes like a bit more of a drag.
Which is weird
If that makes any
because
sense.
the context of work, like like I'm getting paid for this. So
Hmm.
so it should be like, well, I'm getting paid to do it, so it's not that bad. But your brain is still like fucking work, dude. I,
I mean, it doesn't help like if it's like not something you're totally interested in.
yeah, sure. I mean, most work is like menial labor in one way or another.
Yeah, I think that probably has a big part to play in it because like yeah, you're gonna get money for it, but like you still have to sit through like 8 hours of it. Like you
Yeah,
have to spend most of your day like doing it. Like it's still like a drag. Like even if there's a benefit to it.
yeah. Yesterday was 7, and today was 8 for me. I don't know. Neither of them like they both went pretty fast for the most part. There was like a little bit of slowdown, but it was pretty easy. But I don't know. It's still work. Like a lot of today or a lot of yesterday, I was breaking down cardboard boxes,
Yeah.
which like I mean I do that at home. Like we recycle, so it's like just that on a larger scale. But it was still like it still tired me out.
You still have your box collection?
My box collection, yeah, they're all like under my bed.
Nice.
Yeah, I have like a ton of them. Some of them are shoved in my closet. I just don't like throwing away. I think boxes are cool. Like I like my Switch box and my PlayStation box. I still have my like PS5 box like sitting behind me.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I like boxes. They're cool.
Boxes are boxes are pretty underrated.
Yeah, I agree. I like I like the liquors that come in a box too. Like Crown Royale comes in like a box and it has a bag with it. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Shout out to boxes.
Shout out
We
to
couldn't do what
boxes.
we could without you.
Boxes represent. But
Boxes. I'll
please
drink to that.
recycle though if you're gonna throw them away. Unlike my work. Anyway, you got another topic?
Uh, um, let's see. Let's see.
I got some viewer
Um,
topics after.
let's see. Well, I I thought. Oh, you were talking I think Tyler told me that you were gonna play through the Metal Gear Solid series recently.
Yeah, I started
Is
that.
that true?
Yeah, I started it. I don't know. The thing is, I started that before I started this job, so I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do it. But I did start playing the first one, and the first screen of the game took me like an hour.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah,
like the intro
yeah.
credits.
The okay, so you open the game, and then you got to go
Yeah.
watch all the briefings, and then
Okay.
you watch the opening scene.
Hmm.
That was fine. That was probably like 40 minutes on its own, but I enjoyed all that, like watching the cutscenes and stuff. And then like the first screen of the game where you like, have you played Metal Gear Solid?
No, I haven't.
So the first screen of the game, is, Snake like scuba dives in, and then he comes up, and you get out of the water, and you have a room with like two guards and an elevator,
Yep.
and then eventually you gotta like wait for the elevator to come down, and the third guard comes down, and that room took me like at least 30 minutes. And it was just like two
Nice.
guards. Because I'm so used to, I like think I like stealth games, but when I think of
Yeah.
stealth games, I think about like Dishonored, where I can slowly like whittle away at the guards and then just walk through the room.
Yeah.
And for the most part, in early MGS, like you're not taking out any guards, you're sneaking by them.
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah,
I tried playing through Splinter Cell, like way back, and I think I had the same problem with that too.
Yeah.
There's where I'm just used to like games like Skyrim or fucking Metro where they have sneak systems where you
Or
can
like
just kill
Hitman.
guards and yeah, or Hitman where you can just like kill guards or neutralize guards and all that sort of stuff and just wander around afterwards just freely.
Yeah.
Can't do that in those games.
So like that was a task. I Tyler watched me playing Revengeance, the Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, which is
Yeah,
the hack and slash game that, it's got like all memed. I played a bit
it's
of
got
that as a
Armstrong.
yeah, it's got Armstrong, so of course it's like great. I played like 3 or 4 levels of that as a kid, like from rental,
Mhm.
on my brother's PS3, and like I really like got into like character action, like Devil May Cry type games.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to play that, all the way through, and I started it, and then Tyler was like, D, you should play Metal Gear Solid, and I was like, maybe. And then at one point, Tyler was like, "You guys know that D is playing the entire Metal Gear Solid series?" And I was like, "All right, fine."
Yeah.
Because he gave me
It's
the
like, yeah.
he gave me the ultimatum. He was like, "If you want to play it, like I'll watch you play it. But if you're not going to, I'm just gonna watch the story of it again." And I was like, "Okay, I'll play it."
Like, okay, fine, I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, I was interested in playing them at some point. It's just one of those games where you're like, "That's on the backlog one day,"
Yeah.
but the day is coming.
That's how I am with Metroid. I put out that article like 6 months ago saying that I was gonna play through it, and I still haven't finished the first game. So yeah, yeah,
You playing the NES one?
yeah, the NES one.
Hmm.
It's fun
Yeah,
for NES game.
that's not my
But
genre.
yeah, there's definitely a lot of games where that just haven't caught my interest. So I tried playing Metal Gear Solid 5 at one point. I have it in my Steam library, and I played through like the prologue and all that sort of stuff, and to the point where you got into the actual game and all that, and just it never like really caught my interest.
Yeah, I played like a few chapters of 5, I think, and like I did like that game, but I don't even remember. I think I was playing it on like Pookie's Steam library, and then Pookie got mad at me and took it away. So,
Damn.
because
Shout out to Pookie Spooks.
I would be on Pookie's like family sharing, and so I would be when you have his library open.
Hmm.
It would say like your friend is playing this game. If you do this, it'll kick them off. And Pookie got mad at me because he would see that and he'd be like, "This like limits my options because if I look at my Steam library and I see you're playing something, it like makes it a harder choice for me to play it because I don't want to launch it and then kick you off and then close it quickly." Which I understand. But I wish he would just ask me. But also, I'm the type of dude who like I'll stare at my Steam library for like 15 minutes and then like go play something else, like Minecraft or something. So
That's how I am. I'm
I
just kind of intimidated by the choices. I'm like, I don't like want to play any of this.
yeah.
I'll go play like Sims or Minecraft or some shit or watch like anime or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from there. I have a bunch of Switch games that I started and never finished that like I don't know when I'm gonna do it. Like I started Skyward Sword and I got most of the way through it and then I didn't finish it.
Never had any interest in Skyward Sword.
It's pretty fun. I've enjoyed it. It's
I
a
didn't
good
even
game.
know it was like out until like 3 years after it came out.
Yeah, I
It was
had
kind
it
of weird
on
because I
Wii.
liked Zelda a lot.
I had it on Wii, but I was like too bad to beat it. Like I got lost in the first area and then I just gave up playing it. I don't think
Oh
I ever
fuck
got
this.
to a dungeon.
That's how I was with Diamond and Pearl. I got stuck at one point in the middle of the game. I was like, I'm done with this, and that ended my interest in Pokemon.
I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know if you had any interest in Pokemon at all.
Not really.
Yeah, yeah. Not every genre is for every person.
Yeah.
All right, you got
All
another
right.
topic? Or are we going to viewer topics?
We can go to viewer topics.
All right, I got the whole Colton list here. We'll do one of these, and then we'll go to a Sam, and then okay.
Oh shit.
The first one from Colton. I'm just gonna read them all aloud, and then we can decide if we want to answer. The best method, if you could time travel, to guarantee Hitler would not start the Second World War.
I I would give him a fake arts degree.
You give him a fake arts degree.
Yeah, I give him a doctorate arts degree.
A doctorate.
So yeah, he think he got accepted into, or he think he got a degree from like one of the big art colleges in Venice, but in reality he didn't. So like, not only would he be dissuaded from like I don't know, doing whatever the fuck he did after World War One, he would just not be able to do anything.
Mm.
I'm just like, you know what? That is pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't really know fully like what made him go gamer. Like I don't but
Fuck gamer.
yeah, go
He
gamer. I don't
did a
know.
bit more than go gamer.
Yeah, he went gamer mode. He like
He went a bit of he got a bit of gamer rage. That's all.
yeah. I
That's all
mean
that happened.
yeah. I don't know how else to describe it. He went gamer. Like
He went he
it
went
was his
gamer.
Joker arc. But
He went he got rejected from the arts college and he decided to go Joker mode.
yeah, I guess my answer to that one, guarantee Hitler would not start the Second World War. Well, if you could maybe pull that dude out of the sandwich shop who went on to kill Franz Ferdinand and prevent World
Yeah.
War One from starting. Uh Even if he started a world war, it would only be the First World War, so it would not be the Second World War that he had started.
Gabriel Princip?
Yep. Yeah, Princep. Winning on a technicality there. You can't start World War Two if there's no World War.
That's true. That's true. You can't have the one without the other.
Yeah.
But hmm.
I mean, listen, it's still bad. Like I'm not gonna like I'd rather prevent him having any war at all, but if you had to
You know.
choose though, I mean one war is better than two war.
Listen, I feel like there's a I feel like I feel like there's been a movie like this before, where someone like time travels to that point and does whatever they need to do. So like all we need to do personally is we just need to find a group of people who have by coincidence discovered a way to time travel or
Mhm.
discovered a way to modify like the timelines. Uh, uh Hopefully, preferably someone from like Japan, a group of people from like Japan, a group of students from Japan who have, modified a piece
Yeah.
of kitchen appliance.
An
And what we
oven.
do, an oven, and what we do is we send a message back, to the 1920s or something like that. And all it says is, please accept this man, or please cast this man onto the ocean, or something like that. Or and then
You
everything would
think
be solved.
if he gets cast out into the ocean, you think he just like survives and then like writes like Robinson Crusoe but in German?
He survives and becomes, wait, what?
Robinson Crusoe? He writes it in
Robinson
German?
Crusoe?
You know what Robinson Crusoe is?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's a book. I think it's from the late 1700s. Um it's the book about the dude who gets shipwrecked on an island and he like lives there for a while and then he like colonizes it and like takes it over and gets the people there to work for him and then eventually returns and writes a book about it.
I was about to say Moby Dick, but it's like,
Yeah.
no, that's different.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah. But
He comes back with a whale.
yeah, Robinson Crusoe like goes to this random ass island and then like basically he's like this is all mine. And then like when he meets people who like live there natively, he just like enslaves them.
Dude, I've never heard of anyone doing that before. But that's like
This is brand new.
that's that's innovative stuff right there.
Yeah.
Never have I heard someone doing that. That's like, why would you do that? That's crazy. That's inhumane. Anyways, let's talk about, Columbus Day and all that.
Crusoe Day, baby.
Crusoe Day. Thank you, Crusoe. Shout out to Crusoe.
Shout out
You
to
did the
Robinson.
same.
Thank you, Chris Columbus. Thank you, 1492.
Thank you, Christopher Columbus.
All right, we got here from Beta Wineset. Bean, which Minecraft block would you be?
What does that
Hmm.
mean? Hmm.
Which Minecraft block would you be? I'd like to
Um,
think. You can go ahead if you have yours.
No.
I would like to think that I am a nice stone fence. I will elaborate
Strong,
no further.
sturdy. Okay. Sturdy, reliable, durable. Holding in livestock, etc. Personally, I would be, I would be tree shrubbery.
Tree shrubbery.
Yeah, tree shrubbery.
You know, like
I will not
leaves,
elaborate any further.
like leaves
Yeah, leaves. I would be a leaf.
in the
Very
wind.
fragile, but everywhere.
What happened
You
to
can't
not
escape me.
elaborating, bastard?
Uh, no further comment.
Okay, let's go to another Colton. At what level of consciousness is it morally okay to have something as livestock? I read this and I
But
thought
within a stone fence.
I read this and I thought like consciousness, like my own consciousness, and he's talking about the animal's consciousness or
As livestock?
creature. Yeah, livestock.
um,
So like people are obviously not okay. Like we've decided as like a society that that's not acceptable, which is fair.
yeah, that's fair.
So like
That's
no
pretty
type
fair.
of person can be held as livestock.
Are you sure?
What I meant
No
like
comment.
you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Not anymore.
Okay. All right.
We
I
we've
mean,
we've passed that.
we passed that. Okay. You know what? Okay, I'll concede that.
But what else is kept as livestock? So we got like cattle,
We got
um,
pigs.
pigs, goats, sheep. Hmm.
I feel like I wouldn't keep monkey as a livestock.
Yeah, no, monkeys are a zoo animal. So
Monkeys are a zoo animal, but they're also, well, some of them are pretty intelligent.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like, well, he says livestock specifically, but like the morality of zoos is pretty fucking questionable already. Like with the consciousness of like dolphins, like is it really morally okay that we like keep those in captivity at fucking like SeaWorld or whatever the fuck?
I mean, it depends on what the conditions they're held in are like.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I still feel weird about. I mean, SeaWorld is not acceptable, but
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, like SeaWorld specifically, but like with
yeah, but
animals
like
like
the idea
dolphins
of
and all
that.
that sort of stuff, I don't like view them as like consciously on the same level as humans, where they deserve like the same amount of the equal treatment as us, or
Yeah,
equal like protections as
well,
us and all
like,
that sort of stuff.
and we
But I think
don't.
they should still be accommodated.
You
If that
think
makes any sense.
domestication is a step up from livestock and zoo animals, or is it at the same level?
Domestication, like with
Like a
like dogs and
dog
all
or a
that sort of
cat?
stuff.
Yeah,
Probably a step up
I think it's a
because
step up.
yeah, because like domestication, like there's like some sort of affection there that might not be there for
But
like livestock and all that.
it's also though it's also like the way we instituted slavery as a people was basically fucking domesticating humans. You know, like they lived generally in quarters like on the premises, or like some of them lived with their masters. Like that shit is domestication still, kind of, rather than livestock.
But we're not
What
talking about humans.
what even is the definition of livestock? Like
That's a good question. I
because
think of like cows and all that sort of
well,
stuff.
I'm wondering about this because I'm thinking about okay, it says domesticated in the thing. Domesticated animals raised in an agricultural setting to provide labor, produce, accommodaties.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's both labor and produce accommodaties. So providing labor means okay, so slavery would be fucking livestock then. Yeah, 'cause it is
So are we
domestication.
talking about like are we still talking about animals or are we talking about humans?
The human thing was just a curiosity because I was thinking about the use of the word domestication
Oh,
versus livestock.
okay.
I wasn't like, there's no like moral difference there. They're both fucking abhorrent, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking about that because I feel like I've heard domestication separately, but apparently they are on the same level because it says domesticated animals. But like,
Domestication
I
is
guess like
sustained.
house pet is what I'm talking about. That's like a higher level, like a cat or a dog.
Domestication is a sustained. This is from Wikipedia. The domestication is a sustained multi-generational relationship in which humans assume a significant degree of control over the reproduction and care of another group of organisms to secure a more predictable supply of resources from that
See,
group.
that's interesting because it specifies another group of organisms.
Mm.
Ah. All right, I don't know how to go further on that one. I feel like that one I might edit that one out.
I wouldn't domesticate rats.
I also
How about we do?
I would not domesticate rats. Brian just messaged us. I drowned in guilty gear. I forgot. Sucks
I
to suck,
forgot.
buddy. I forgot.
I forgot.
Sucks to suck, buddy. Okay, let's go to another. I don't know how far in are we. 40 minutes. Okay, we can do a few more of these. Um, talk about linguistics. No, I'm not talking about linguistics.
We're
T-
not talking about linguistics,
talk
Jamie.
about hating linguistics. That one was pasta. Talk about hating linguistics.
We're not talking about hating linguistics,
Yeah.
Pasta.
Okay. Here's the thing. I don't hate talking about linguistics. I don't hate linguistics at all. I mean, I'm an English major. I like linguistics, but I don't want to talk about that here. I also the server. I'm going to make the statement right now. The part of the server, the channel linguistics does not need to be on Video Dom. Doesn't. Just a fact.
That's gonna cause some protests.
We don't talk about it enough. Maybe when I'm an actual teacher, but we made it initially when I was doing the linguistic talk once a week while I was in a class, but like I don't have the patience to look up a linguistic fact for you guys once a week. I could maybe do that. Alright, let's go to another Colton. What is your most controversial opinion? With
What does
varying
that
levels
mean?
of intensity, controversial opinion? With varying levels of intensity and subject, such as food, movies, conspiracy theories, socialized policies such as medicine, gun control, abortion. No,
I don't want to talk about gun control and abortion
we could do
on this entertainment
we could do
podcast.
food, movies, conspiracy theories if you want. Maybe conspiracy theories is a stretch. I could do
Depends on
food
the
and movies.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
We just talked about livestock and all that sort of shit, okay?
that one still makes me feel weird. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it in, but I feel weird about it. Let's see. Controversial food opinion. I don't know. I don't eat fish. I don't like fish. I don't eat
You
it.
don't like fish?
I don't eat any kind of fish. No, keep it away from me. I hate shrimp. Sea critters. Out of my mouth.
You motherfucker.
I love the ocean. I like salt water. Like I like, hanging out in the
But you
ocean.
don't like its inhabitants?
But I don't like fish. I don't like them.
Damn.
I hate them.
Colonization much?
Dude, I've been going to the ocean since I was like a baby. I've never liked fish. I don't like it. It's
Damn.
just like the scent of it repulses me. Like, and I just can't get past that.
Damn. Damn, okay. I like fish. I think fish are cool. Fish are pretty cool, especially when they're food.
Yeah. Listen, I don't have
Um,
anything against eating fish. It's not like I'm taking a stance against it. I personally I don't like fish. It
You're
repulses me.
personally offending me. Right
But
now.
I'm sorry. You can have all the fish. There's nothing to be offended about. More for you.
I will take all your fish.
I also wish I liked it because like it's supposed to be really good for you, and I just don't like it. It sucks.
Uh,
You got a controversial
um,
food opinion?
Kind of controversial food opinion. I mean, fuck, I don't like trying new things, so like I don't know. I don't really have too much of a controversial food opinion. I don't like spicy food, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you just did you not grow up with spicy food at all?
I mean, I did grow up with spicy food, but I just never got used to it.
Oh,
Like I just don't like I don't like feeling pain whenever I
yeah,
eat something.
I
I just
understand
want
that.
it like yeah.
There was like a point for me where spicy food kind of clicked. Um, like I just remember like at a certain point I had a hot Cheeto and it's like you're so hot, but they're so good. And then eventually like I just kind of like a bunch of spicy food. I don't even know what triggered it. It might have just been hot Cheetos,
Mm,
but I don't know. There's certain spicy foods. There's just flavors you can't capture without spice that
yeah.
you'll never know if you can't eat spicy food.
Yeah.
And that's like what makes it worth it. I don't like heat itself. I just like things that taste good behind the heat, so I'm like willing to deal with it. But
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't have any tolerance for it, unfortunately.
yeah, understand that.
But
Um, what do you feel? This is the last Colton. What do you feel is something you would want to do for many years that you are not doing, assuming no restrictions except for motivation and drive, such as working as being a bodybuilder, a lawyer, an astronaut? Get wacky.
I
So something you'd like want, like an undertaking, like a project that would take several years, I think is what he's saying.
a project or like a
Or a
profession or
job.
something like
Yeah,
that,
something that you
or a
could do
job.
for a while that you like want to and you're just limited.
Um, fuck. That's a good question. I
I
don't want
can
to be a lawyer.
I can say mine is like this is definitely it falls under the motivation thing, which I know you said on there, but like I just can't sum it up the motivation. Dude, I wish I could just write like every day. I wish I could write like, 10 pages in a book a day, and I just
I'm
can't do it.
starting to write. You
What'd you
just
say?
gotta. I'm starting to write actually.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
fun.
something you have to sit down and do, and like I just don't know how I'm gonna force myself to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something that you just have to
I
hack away at.
I just like think about stories and I get like so blocked mentally when I try to sit down and do it, and then I just like sit there for an hour and then I give up every time.
Yeah, it's like for me, like the way that I had to start doing it is I just had to like not think about what I was writing and just like kind of just communicate what I was thinking and just put it onto paper. That's the most difficult part is just starting is just getting it started.
Hmm.
To me at least.
Yeah, uh, it definitely is just getting started. I've like when I was in high school, I had a lot of open classes as a senior,
Mhm.
and I would like write poetry, and I tried starting to work on a story, but man, I just can't get it off the ground level.
Yeah,
I have
I
stuff in
understand.
mind. I need to like force myself to start small, but I don't want to start small, I want to like make something large. Like
Yeah,
the like one of the coolest stories ever to me is Oda, the One Piece author. Like he was an assistant for a bit and he wrote some like one-shot manga and stuff. But like he really did not do that much. He wrote a lot as a kid, but he like never had much published until One Piece, and that dude has been doing One Piece for like 25 years.
Jesus.
And he's like still at it, and he hasn't written any other manga on the side or anything, maybe like some like one shot stuff in the middle. But there's like a whole thing to me with like the Japanese work ethic, and especially in the manga industry, like manga authors like worked themselves to death back in the day.
Yeah.
um and like until recently they like hadn't started prioritizing their health as much and stuff, and like it's so impressive to be able to devote yourself something to that much, but it's also like scary that you can put so much into something that it like physically debilitates you.
Yeah, there's definitely been a people like it, and it's not just like relegated to like the Japanese manga industry. That just happens. That's just sort of happened like throughout history. Like especially like some of the people that we know like as significant figures in like a variety of subjects and interests. Um, some of them just like kind of threw their own health to the wayside to focus on their own stuff, basically.
Yeah, I mean
Like I think
it's
there was like I remember reading I remember some I don't remember which composer it was, but I remember some reading something. Mozart, I think. He died at like 38 or 32 or something like that. And the circumstances of his death aren't known, but like the amount of work he churned out like from starting composing music to when he died was like insane. Like
yeah.
there are just like people are just built different sometimes. And I think that's like the case. Like that can be the case with like certain like manga artists like Yoko
Mhm.
and all that.
Sure.
But honestly, speaking of composing music and all that, like pianist it might be one of the ones that I would think of, or like any sort of musician in general. like mastering like an instrument, like the guitar or the piano or like a string instrument or something like that. That's something that I would like to do, but I just number one, I don't have an instrument, and number two, I don't have like the time to do something like that. I have other things like I want to focus on as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always I could go back to the previous one about doing something that for me or well, I guess that's the same topic, but we kind of moved on. Is I would love to play piano. Um, I got like long piano fingers and I just like love piano music. But like it's so hard when I'm only 21. I'm still young enough that I could get piano lessons and do it, but it's just like such like a hard thing to think about like starting up lessons now when so many people start young and like
Yeah,
can develop the habits and work on it and you know it's
I
harder
mean,
to start something later, but there's also like a ton of people who did start stuff later and then are like great. So,
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, there are people who who have focused on certain subjects or certain activities, like since like they were really young, like piano or like art or like some sort of educational topic or something like that. Who, by the time like they're our age, like they're pretty much like on the next level,
mhm,
like just beyond any level we could reach at currently. But like the thing is, like it's not a certainty that they'll continue to improve, and it's not a certainty that they haven't peaked. And like for us, like for someone who hasn't like focused too much on something like that when they're little, or who is just now starting to get interested into that sort of stuff, they have it's not like they have sort of missed this threshold to develop, and like they've already passed like their peak or whatever the hell. Like it's not a given thing, kind of.
mhm.
Like, and there's always room for improvement, always room for development, and there's never going to be like a set point where like it's where it's too late to do something, I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm just saying stuff right now.
Yeah, the only thing is like, obviously physical limitations. Like in
Yeah, yeah,
sports, there's some dudes
right.
who, you reach your peak and it's like over.
They're
Um
built different.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even now, like, or I mean, like, the modern era of medicine and stuff is allowing even sports players to kind of transcend that. Like, Tom Brady, the quarterback, like 45, still fucking one of the best players. Um, and LeBron James, obviously, and all that. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, sports is another one of those things where you like look at it as like, I got to start really young. But there are some dudes who just like have it and like will start. Like, my favorite basketball player didn't play basketball until he was, like, 14, or 15, which is pretty late to start. Um,
yeah.
or maybe it was, like, 16. But, like, I don't know if that's something to say about, like, having the drive or it's, like, some dudes have this natural talent where they can start, but, like, um, I don't know. There's no time too late to start. You can't teach a new old dog new tricks is the saying, but I'm not sure that's really true.
I mean, like with certain stuff, it can be more difficult. Like with sports, like
Yeah,
you pass a threshold like in age and like physical development where you're not as likely, I guess, to be able to reach a peak that you were able to before,
sure.
maybe. But with most other things, like with general like physical activity, maybe, or just like other stuff that's not as physical or stuff like that, I guess.
Yeah, keep taking care of your body and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's like encouraging about uh growing up, I guess. It's just like there are certain things where if you just like work at it, it'll get better. Like your health, like you can kind of visibly like feel or you can physically and visibly like see yourself getting better if you just like start working out and eating better at any point.
Yeah.
It's something like anyone can do, and that's like one of the things that's encouraging about exercise is like, you can step on the scale and be like, I'm down a pound. It's one of the only things I can think of in life where like it's so responsive to what you do.
Yeah. I agree.
That was a really good question, Colton. Uh, I like the meme questions too. We're like right at like 55 minutes. Good time to stop. Thanks for being around, Ash.
You want to talk about do you want to talk about anything more like livestock?
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about the livestock anymore.
Would you become livestock?
I uh
If someone paid you enough money, would you become livestock?
mm, hmm, what kind of
No
live?
comment?
Just like I
I mean, you can interpret it any way you want. But like, would you would you get paid, or would you take money?
uh
How much?
I'm not gonna answer that.
How much? Bye.